Oh my goodness. I felt like there was a drought in good writing on Star Trek for so long, but my goodness, has Picard season 3 has burst forth this fountain of creativity and new revelations here. I have so enjoyed this season. It just kept getting better. The last episode, I really believe, was one of the best ever. And we're looking at episode 9 now, Vox, so just before the final one. And there's so many things in this that have really, really, really impressed me. And the most impressive part is how they've taken little bits and pieces from Star Trek that I think all fans would look at and think about what ifs on. And they've woven them into this. And let me say this, I'm going to give some spoilers here. So if you haven't seen the episode, please go look at it and come back and look at my discussion here. I've always thought the transporter was kind of a vulnerable thing. That transporting could be used in some nefarious way. And sure enough, these writers picked up on that thinking too and incorporated that here. You think about the Borg and you think, are they really ever going to give up trying? And the answer is no. And you look at all the other Treks, this kind of comes together where the Borg have been main figures. They're never given up. You think of First Contact, the movie. Obviously, they hadn't given up. They were traveling back in time to try to get Earth assimilated. You think there's a huge motive here. Although the Borg, we think of them as maybe cold and motionless, but why would they not want revenge on humans on Earth? I mean, the humans on Earth have just kicked the crap out of them. Look what Janeway did to them. How Picard and Data, pulled that move and checkmated them when they were trying. I mean, they've got revenge on their minds. They have to have. So it makes sense that they would be the ones coming back as villains trying to do something. And the same thing with these changelings. I mean, they were so malevolent and just bent on destruction. You would think a treaty wasn't going to stave them off. And you would think that once they find out that where the disease came from that was killing them, they're not going to just easily be muzzled by some writing on a little piece of paper in a document. So that made sense too, that they would be back. So I think that of all the things that I've seen in Star Trek, this might be, and it's hard for me to say it, one of the best jobs of writing. It's up there. It's up there probably in the top 10 conservatively at least. Because it brings back these villains a logical way, creates a plot that is believable within the context of the universe, and it does it all so beautifully. It creates this huge, huge jeopardy for the heroes to try to solve here at the end. And it also brings in two question marks that I've always had about Trek that I think are tied up nicely. So I'd always wonder, could the Borg have assimilated a changeling? And in my mind, I'm thinking there's really no way they can. I don't see how they could. They definitely can't do it in the traditional Borg sense. So I would think if they got into a war with the changelings, they'd end up losing. So see, this is how tidy and neat this is, because the Borg have collaborated for revenge with these changelings. They know exactly who they are, and they've been able to track all their movements. And I don't know if this is going to happen or not, but you would think now that they're done with them, they're just going to kill all of them. And it would not surprise me to see the Borg just sanitize all these changelings out of there, just get rid of them, and that's the end of them. It wouldn't surprise me at all. But here's a big question mark I've got within the universe, and hopefully I can get some comments on this, and we'll talk about it there. If the Borg have come back to try to do this to Starfleet and to the Federation, then where's the Girardi Borg Queen? Where is she now? Where does she fit in with all this? I don't see how Girardi as a Borg Queen would be into this, but that's one of the things I want to see these writers deal with. I hope they don't just act like it never happened, and that we're going to come and somehow should just be, I don't know, written out of it or ignored, and we'll think of this as a reboot within the reboot, because I wouldn't like that, because I got to know about that. But anyway, Picard Season 3 is a treasure, and I'm enjoying it. And I definitely hope that Star Trek fans who haven't looked at New Trek, they get a little bit of this treat here anyway. And even if the other New Treks have turned them off, that they're going to tune in to Picard Season 3 and look at these episodes, because they're really wonderful and enjoyable and a lot of fun.